3 short videos about properties of modular arithmetic based on section 8.2. So the first one is similar to what we were doing in the previous video, solving equations in Z mod 12. Here it's a quadratic equation. I want to know if I can solve x times the quantity x plus 5 equals 0. We're not going to try and do this algebraically. You can do that once you know more about modular arithmetic, but it can be really a problem if you don't, because you're going to start trying to use rules that aren't necessarily true. Most of the rules are true, but not everything. And in particular, the first thing you do here in ordinary real numbers is you would say, oh, either x equals 0 or x plus 5 equals 0. The zero product property isn't guaranteed to hold, and in fact we know it doesn't hold in Z mod 12. So we're instead going to take the opposite approach and look at it brute force. So one thing I did was I made a new version of the table where I just looked at all the pairs x and x plus 5. So if x is 0, x plus 5 is 5. If x is 1, x plus 5 is 6, etc. You can see that it stair steps down and then wraps around, which makes sense because you can think of modular arithmetic as living on a circle. So 7, for example, if x is 7, 7 plus 5 is going to be 12. Well, that's really 0 in Z mod 12. So that's why I've highlighted that. 8 plus 5 is really 1. 9 plus 5 is really 2. So that's why the locations are highlighted. Then the numbers in the highlights, of course, are exactly the products we're interested in. That is going to be when x is 0, you're going to get 0 times 5 is 0. When x is 1, you're going to get 1 times 6 is 6, etc. Okay, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to bold the zeros and see which ones are not too surprising and which ones are surprising. Okay, so these two are the ones we would get if the zero product property was true. We would get only these. Certainly 0 times 5 is 0. That's one solution. And 7 times 0, a little unexpected, until we think we're in mod 12, that's going to be 0 as well. Okay, so that's not too shocking to get those, but these are somewhat surprising. 3 times 8, 24. Oh yeah, that's 0 mod 12. And 4 times 9, ordinarily that'd be 36. Again, 0 mod 12. So it's a mix of solutions we would somewhat expect and solutions that are harder to find. And so far, all we know is how to find them by brute force, and that's only going to work in small mods very well. Okay, but that's the kind of thing, the kind of mix of familiar and unfamiliar that we could expect in a mod. Next video, we'll go on to the next problem.